All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Keeping Up with the Canlamen, the weekly talk show covering our Bourne High School sports teams. I'm your host, Keegan Ep12, and we had another busy weekend for our Bourne Canlamen athletic programs, an Elite Eight and a state championship appearance for the remaining of our teams, the football and volleyball teams. Unfortunately, none of them were able to get a win, but we have members from both teams here in studio today just to talk about the season overall. And for football, we're going to be previewing their Thanksgiving Day football matchup. We get a very packed agenda and a lot to get to, so let's get started. We begin today with the Bourne volleyball team. The volleyball team lost in their state championship match to the second-seeded East Bridgewater Vikings 3-1. The matchup took place at a neutral site, Billerica Memorial High School. It was the third straight season in which volleyball got to participate in the state title match. Now, with it being the third straight time, we got to have members here in studio that were there for all three times, right? So we have two of our volleyball seniors in studio. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Sofia Halunen.
I'm Avery Morrill.
I think we all know you two with our post-game interviews and our talk shows by now. Sofia, I'm going to start with you. Third straight time getting to play in that state title match. What did it mean to do it again?
Honestly, I'm just so grateful for the opportunity. We've seen so many different levels of play. We've seen freshman year, Sweet 16 game. We've seen a loss in my sophomore year. We won in my junior year and another loss my senior year. And I think the thing that's shocking me most is how different every single one felt. Though the last three were all state championships, they just had so many different meanings of gratitude to them. And I think this one, though the outcome wasn't where we wanted, I feel there was just so much joy that came to me with this team and with this game. And I just feel this final championship, there was just so much emotion that went into it. While it was positive and obviously sad emotions, there was just so much to it.
Now, Avery, this state tournament run was a little bit different because you guys were a division up this year. You guys were in Division 4. So it was a little bit of a harder strength of schedule as you guys were advancing. What did it mean just to be playing a division up and against tougher teams?
I think knowing that we were playing a division up, definitely we knew that the competition was going to be a little bit harder. But I think once we saw our ranking for the first time in the season and saw that we were up at the top, we knew that playing with these teams was something we were capable of, and I think keeping that mindset that we were up in the top for a reason and that we're capable of playing with hard teams kind of kept us going throughout the run.
Now, with the ranking, Sofia, it wasn't even close. It was a 1-point difference between you guys and East Bridgewater. So the big thing about that was getting that home court advantage where you guys practice every single day. What worked overall that got you guys the 1 seed this year?
I think honestly, one thing that really goes into us is we have a very hard pre-tournament schedule. We play a lot of high-level teams, division. We play in all 1, 2, 3. We play all of them. So I think having that high level of play always going against us is kind of what prepared us too. And then being in our home gym, we know how to flourish there. So I think we kind of pushed ourselves to get the opportunity to play there. And our goal was to finish at the point where we would be able to be in our home gym.
Now, with that tough schedule, because you had Duxbury, Somerville, Medfield, you had East Bridgewater in there earlier in the season, you guys still got 20 wins overall out of it. So going into that state tournament, once you had all those wins, the experience against some of the other teams, how much did that prepare you for the state tournament?
I think it prepared us a lot, being able to have high-level competition in our regular season schedule, because I know that our conference is a lot different compared to teams like Medfield and Duxbury that aren't in our conference. And I think the beginning of our season starts out a little slow, but knowing that right before the tournament we get a chance to play really competitively against these hard teams, it kind of gives us motivation and the energy we need to keep that going in the playoffs.
Now, Sofia, it's the question I ask you every single time we're doing an interview. The fan support, unreal this year. You guys have made that gym probably the toughest environment for volleyball on the South Coast Conference. Just talk to me about the support with everybody being there.
Honestly, it was just really awesome. Especially with it being far, the football boys we're gonna see later, they were able to come out for the drive. That support is just huge to us, and just seeing them take the time out of a Saturday too. We don't even have school, and for them to come out, it's just it means the world, and it truly does make the difference when we're playing, and not even just our other peers, but also our parents and our friends. We had a ton of family friends there, our friends' moms, even if they weren't even at the game, we had just so much support from every age level that it just even though after we lost, we felt like we had people on our backs and just there for us.
Now, another big thing, and I think me, you, and Lily talked about this after the Final Four, was team chemistry. I believe it was Lily that said you guys don't like to think of it as upperclassmen versus underclassmen, despite the big groups of seniors, sophomores, and the one junior. How did you guys come together this season with all those different grade levels?
Yeah, I think, honestly, I just remember after the first practice and even at tryouts, we didn't even really feel very separated. I think from day one we were a very close, connected team, and it might have something to do with our captain's practices over the summer kind of helped build a bond between some of the younger girls. But I think this year especially, us seniors, we've been doing this since 8th grade, and I think that we just really wanted to kind of bridge the gap. We didn't want it to be a separated thing. We wanted to play as a team, and it clearly works better when you play together and as one versus being separate. And I don't know, I think since the beginning of the season we've had a really great bond with each other.
It's another very successful season, 3rd year in a row going to the state title game. We have some fun questions now for these two seniors to kind of wrap up this interview. I get 10 of them on the list. First one, and both of you are going to answer each of them. Favorite place to play other than Bourne High School? What was your favorite gym to play at?
Honestly, I have to go probably Joseph Case.
That's a good one.
I think just because there's so much rivalry with them. It's just and I have so many friends on that team. Just seeing the support from both sides and being in that gym, it's a great feeling.
I think I'd say Somerville. I think the trip was long, going all the way up to Boston on Friday, but it was a totally new environment. We've never played there before, and I think this year, it was a very open gym, and it was loud, and there was a lot of space, and it was very new, and I just really enjoyed playing there this year, getting the chance.
Yeah, I got to be biased. I got to go with Somerset. That's the school I graduated from. Always a good environment there, and those were two very good matchups that you guys had there this year too. Next one, favorite playoff moment. There were 5 state tournament games. What was your favorite moment in all of them?
Honestly, I think it happened over a course of a couple of the games. I think when our sophomore girls kind of stepped in there a little bit. We see Ariana McCarthy. She's in there a lot, so that we always love seeing her on there. But we saw Stacey Lee hop in. We saw Lila Bean go in. We saw Charlotte Taylor. We saw all of them kind of go in there, and I just saw them flourish so much and take on that challenge. Seeing them play in a playoff game for the first time was just really beautiful to see them take that next level of play. So I think that happened in the Elite 8 and the Final Four. I think they might have touched in.
I think so.
And so I think it was the Final Four game where I was just I just saw Lila and Stacey out there, and I was like, wow, they're just playing hard. They're playing hard volleyball.
They were in the Sweet 16 too, I think, as well.
I think so.
I'd have to say the Elite 8 game. I think after all these years of playing in that gym and on that court, getting that one final game, though it was sad, winning the banner and the trophy with everyone around and my team, and having that one last game on our court was really special.
Yeah, I go the Final Four, the 15-point run by Lily Russell just to seal that one up. That was unbelievable what she did. Next one, we noticed a lot of team dances, team chants on the side. What's your favorite one that they do?
Oh my gosh, this is hard because when I'm on the court, I can't see anything that's happening, so I always have to go back and watch the film. But honestly, I think my favorite is when we get a kill and they go around, they just start swinging around, doing all in a line. They just do the same kick, and that's my favorite.
I like the ace cheer. I think I get to do it a few times when Maddie's serving, but I think it's encouraging, and having that support from our bench when you're going back to serve every time is very helpful.
Yeah, I go whatever the one was
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the
that's
same.
The one
oh,
I
that
was
was. All right,
yeah.
perfect.
I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah. Big student body, as we mentioned, big student section at every single game. Who's your favorite student that came to watch you guys this year for the games?
I definitely have to give mine to Ainsley Hopwood. She's just been to every game I could think of, and I know soccer had a couple rough moments with not having their senior night and stuff like that, and even on all those games they were there to support us, and just seeing the and overall the other sports teams just coming, that support's awesome.
I guess I'd say my sisters, one of them does go to this school, and I'm very grateful that they come and support the game so much.
No, that's a fair answer. You two probably have the biggest family sections at the games.
We both have a big group. I got some family friends with the matching shirt. She's got her grandparents always there. It's always nice.
I mean, our football players that we're going to be interviewing too, they play hockey, so I'm very biased towards the hockey students that go. If we're going non-hockey, probably Sean Kelly. Sean's at a lot of the games. He's awesome, very supportive, right in front. Let's do some team awards now. Team MVP, who are we giving that to this year?
I would give mine to Nola Timo.
Yes.
I think she just I've seen her with so much growth throughout these 4 years on varsity for her. And I think this year she took on not only a bigger role with swinging harder and just having better volleyball, but I feel like just on the court she was a loud voice, a positive voice. And I think overall, I just thoroughly enjoyed playing next to her, and I think she just brought so much to our team.
I'd have to say Lily. I think her serves and the aces she got this year was a big contribution to our team and to the game. And I know that she's been working hard in the off season. I play club with her, and I just think that overall she did a lot for us this year, and I'm proud of her. So.
I mean, all of the seniors, including you two, were just unbelievable this year. So you could probably give a team MVP award to all of the seniors. I'm biased. I have my favorites on it. It's probably between you and Nola. It's probably because I like the kills in volleyball. That's my favorite part of it. But you had some good digs out there too throughout the tournament run. Next one, best newcomer. There were a lot of sophomores on the team. I don't know how many of them were there last year, but who's the best newcomer on the team?
So I'm going to say Ari McCarthy. She was technically on the roster last year, but she was a split swing between JV and varsity.
Yeah, that counts.
So this was the first year. Last time, I think she got into 1 or 2 games, but this time she played every single game. And the growth I've seen that come out of Ari is absolutely insane because she is traditionally an outside hitter. So she took on the role of being a middle blocker. And I think just learning that new position, and every single day she did it with a smile. She's like, let's get in the gym, let's get to work. And I'm so excited to see. I think she has a very high ceiling, and I'm excited to see her kind of flourish. She's coming to my club this year to see how I'm excited to have some more reps with her in the gym.
I'd say Emily Sudo. I think joining the team as a junior with all the other sophomores might have been a little bit more difficult for her because she's seen as an upperclassman, but I think she took on the role of being a role model and a leader for some of the girls, even though she didn't get a chance to play that much this year. Even when she was put in, though, she did what she could, and she even got a few kills when she was put in. I think she did a great job adjusting.
Yes. I go Ariana, just because she went from the 1 or 2 games that you mentioned to being out there for every game and mainly starting all of those matches. So next one, I know you've touched upon it a little bit with some of the other awards. Most improved, who got the most improved player this year?
I'm going to give it to Lila Bean. I think she's one of our sophomores that didn't always touch the court. But I think just in practice, I've seen so much growth from her. She came in with not really knowing a position. She, at one point, was a right side. She was a middle blocker. She was a setter, DS. She kind of did everything in practice. So I think just having that versatility really grew her as a player herself. And just throughout, since seeing her on JV last year and to varsity this year, I seen her going out and making digs I never thought I could see her do. She's laying out for the ball and even got some aces this year. And just seeing that growth in such a short amount of time, I have to give it to her.
I think I might have said this one last time, but I'd pick Madeline. I think I played club with her, and she didn't play middle in club, and she just joined the team last year and didn't get a lot of playing time last year, but I think being able to step into the role of playing a middle, which is a very important position on the court, she did a great job, and every game I saw improvement in her, and not even just in her abilities, but her mindset, and so yeah.
I think over the course of the season, if I'm going from beginning from the first few games we covered to the end in the state tournament run, Charlotte Taylor, I thought I saw a lot of improvement with her whenever she stepped on, even as a sophomore too. Next one, the Lucky 7 Award. So maybe the first player that comes off of the bench maybe can provide a spark at some point. Who gets that award for maybe someone coming off of the bench and making some big plays when they come off?
That one, I think I have to give to Emily Sudo. There's been so many times where, again, she kind of plays that role where she's hit middle blocker, she's at outside, she hits right side. So she's kind of all around, and there's been multiple games where we've had to kind of sub her in really quick, and she's come in, and there's been multiple times where she got a kill on her first or second point in. And I think just that versatility, being able to come off the bench cold and put a play in, and not only just put a ball over, but put a kill down, I think it takes a lot of passion and heart, and I saw that multiple times from her this season.
Yeah, I agree. I think Emily and Charlotte got rotated in a few times in the third set this year, and like she said, being able to just come off the bench and make an impact on the game is huge.
Yeah, I know the main kind of rotations that we saw in a lot of the games, it was always between you, Maddie Rosignol, and Ariana McCarthy. Those were just the usuals, though. Some of them were just serving substitutions and stuff like that. So it's probably one of you three that I have to give it to. Next one, Coaches Award. Who is the best with the coaches?
I'd give it to Stacey Lee. Like I said, she's one of our little sophomores, and she just comes in with so much joy to the game, and it's just so refreshing. And just throughout practice, no matter if it's coach telling her you have to go get that ball or do something, or if it's one of her teammates telling her she did great, she has that same smile. And I think something that's really huge about her is she takes criticism extremely well, whether it's like a teammate, a coach, or even from herself. Like, she wants to just learn more about the game. And I think she kind of pushed herself to kind of create that relationship with our coaches to show like that she's there every single day to kind of give that heart. And no matter what happens with the point, you'll hear, great touch, you got it, that was awesome. Like, even if you think it was the worst point of your life, she's got that smile on. And I think the coaches kind of see that passion in her, and they kind of built that connection.
I think I'd give it to any of like the sophomores or the new girls joining the team, just because we've all been playing for these coaches for a while. We've gotten used to like their like coaching strategy and like how they are, and I think that all these girls were able to adjust really quickly to how the coaches were. So honestly, I'd give it to any of them. It's kind of hard to pinpoint.
Oh, that's fair. I'll be biased again. I'll go with Lily Russell just because her mom's an assistant coach and the JV head coach. So I'll probably go with that. Next one, team spirit. Who represents Born Pride the most on your team?
I'm going to go right back to Stacey Lee on that one.
Yeah.
There is, like I said, just so much joy in that girl. And, like, it's, like, not all for granted. Like, she does so much work, and she just takes so much time. And she does every rep with passion. I feel like that's something that's hard to do in volleyball. Every practice, every game, you're touching hundreds of balls, and every single one she does with purpose. And I think she just, no matter where she is, even though she only touched the court a couple of times this game, every time she came off, I saw her there smiling. She was the one that started our H cheers and dance cheers and energy cheers, everything. She was the one to start them, get them going. And like I said, if I'm chasing down a ball and it was the worst touch of my life, I'll hear, that was awesome. I'm like, oh, I don't know. So she's like, no, it was. And just like that, like just joy is just truly radiant. And I think like what we talked about earlier when Avery said our team this year, it wasn't really disconnected. It was all kind of one. I think that honestly, Stacey takes a lot of that on her back. She kind of just talked to everyone the exact same. There was no clicks or anything because Stacey was always there as the glue. And though I think we all had a part in that, I think Stacey Lee is just a really huge part of our kind of team chemistry and just energy overall.
I think I'm going to say Sofia, because I think just like playing with you on the court, obviously you cheer very loudly for every point, and I think you might be just like the loudest person on the court, and not in a bad way. You're just always encouraging everyone and wanting more all the time, and leading our team huddles every time we come off the court. It's big,
I always try to think of it as people who play multiple sports here, also too like people who go to support the other sports. Like I know I've seen you and Lily at a lot of the other soccer games too. Mm-hmm. I know you do tennis here. I'll probably give it to you. I'll be biased again. Final question, because I know we still got a whole other half of the show to do. We're celebrating a birthday here with Sofia. What's the plan for the birthday today? What are we thinking?
I'm actually going to club volleyball, and I have that all night, so, but I'm really excited for that. But I do have family friends coming from college, so I'll be celebrating with them this weekend.
That's awesome. I want to thank you too for taking some time to join us in studio. You guys did a tremendous job this year. All right, let's move on now to the Born football team. The football team lost on the road in the Elite Eight against the West Boylston Lions on Friday, 41-20. The Canlamen were able to put up 3 touchdowns in the game against the 3-time defending state champions, with 1 coming towards the end of the first half and 2 coming in the second half. Now we're lucky in studio today to have 2 of our Canlamen football players and senior members on the team. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Hunter McClain.
James Crowell.
Hunter, I'm going to start with you. Just talk about the season overall.
I think it went pretty well. You know, we've been improving from the years on. We were, like you said, 7-3. We won a few big games. Some games were closer than last year, and I think we did pretty good overall.
Now, let's talk about South Coast Conference play a little bit. That's the action that everybody looks forward to. The only 2 losses were against 2 very strong teams in Fairhaven and West Bridgewater. You guys did what you needed to do against Case and Seekonk. 7-3 overall. How would you rate that for you guys?
I thought that was good. It's improved from last year. I think last year we were 6-3 maybe, or 6-4. And every year, you know, we look to get better and better. This year we have a chance to do something new, which is have a record of 8-3. I think it is, for the first time ever in Born history, which is really cool. And that's what we're looking to do on this upcoming game on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's awesome. Would love to get to 8 wins if we can.
Yeah.
Hunter, you guys earned the number 6 seed in Division 8 for the state tournament, and that guaranteed a home playoff game for you guys. I know you guys were probably looking forward to the bracket release that day, but that was a big jump going from the 8th seed to the 6th seed after the game against Seekonk. Once you guys found out you were getting the 6th seed, what was sort of the team energy like knowing you were going to have a home game?
We were all looking forward to it and excited. I think it was the first ever home playoff game at Jackson Field, which was pretty cool. So it was good to hear that, and we all just got excited. Our hard work paid off, and we got the 6th seed, like you said, home playoff game. So it was just good to hear that.
James, it was a big home win in that Sweet 16 against Linvoke Tech. I believe it was 28-16 in the final. Dominant first half from you guys. You guys were able to hold on in the second half. What did it mean to do it in front of your crowd and your fans?
Oh, it was everything. You know, that was, like, as we're seniors, that was our last time ever playing on Jackson Field, and it meant everything to me. It was a good win in front of the home crowd. Everyone was there rooting for us like they've been all season. It just really meant a lot to us.
Now, you guys unfortunately fell in the Elite Eight on Friday, but it was against a very strong team and West Boylston. Just making the trip up, getting to play in that game against the defending state champs, what was maybe sort of the mindset going into that one?
Our mindset going in is that we were going to win. We were going to work hard and hopefully get to the Final Four and get the trophy and the banner and all that fun stuff. And unfortunately, we didn't get the outcome we wanted, but our mindset going into it was just to work hard and put as much effort in as possible, and the outcome would be the outcome.
I think that was a terrific run that you guys had. Did what you need to do at home. You won the home playoff game, then you did what you could, put up 3 touchdowns on the road against West Boylston. James, the whole playoff run overall, I was talking with some of the players, mainly Drew and Malachi, before the season started. The goal was always to win one playoff game and at least advance to the Elite Eight. You guys accomplished that goal. Would you say the playoff run overall was like met expectations and a good success for you guys?
I mean, I would say yes. But, you know, we always would have wanted to go further. You know, football, we haven't really won a banner. At least I haven't. That we haven't won like the Final Four or the Elite Eight. But it would have been real nice to get that trophy and the banner. But you know, it just didn't happen.
All right, let's look forward to next week. Thanksgiving game against Wareham. You guys get to play on Thanksgiving Day, so that's always good to still do that in the morning. What's going to be the mindset going into that one? I'll have both of you answer that one.
The mindset, same thing, just work hard. I think it'd be the 9th win in a row against them, which is nice, so just to keep that streak going. And
yeah, it's also our last like hoorah with all of our boys.
Yeah.
Seniors, this is our last game ever, so you know we're looking to make the best of that, go out and just leave everything on the field.
It's a pretty big senior group this year.
Yeah, we do.
Do you know how many seniors you guys
think it's
have?
13 or 14, I think.
14.
It's a big group for a small school.
Yeah.
So we'll see if you guys can get it done on the road.
Hopefully.
Similar to what we do with volleyball, we're going to have some fun questions for you guys to wrap this up. I'm going to have both of you answer each of them. First one is favorite moment overall this season. What was your favorite moment?
Favorite moment.
You want me to answer?
You can answer.
Yeah.
I think my favorite moment was definitely when we won that home playoff game. That was huge. You know, last year we played Lee away in the first round, which was cool, but just winning at home was just different. It was so fun. In the locker room after the game, we were listening to music, we were singing. It was a great time. Our vibes were super high. It was great.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that one. Just winning that playoff game and then just getting us all more motivated for the Elite Eight and just trying to keep that momentum going for our season.
Yeah, I go the game against Case, Ethan Fox with that touchdown, then you had the extra point to win it.
Yep.
Jamison Carroll, I can't believe he had that drive all the way down as a freshman too under center. That was pretty amazing.
It was.
Next one is favorite place to play. I know you guys had a few road games. What was your favorite stadium to play at this year?
I thought Fairhaven, theirs was pretty nice.
Yep.
They're a good team, obviously, and they had a really nice turf field, nice stands. It was just, the environment was nice. So that was my favorite one.
Yeah, I was gonna have to agree again. I was about to say Fairhaven. It was like playing at like a castle almost, like Hogwarts.
Yes.
Our high
It was
school.
huge. Their school's really nice, and their field's nice too. It's really cool.
Yeah, they got like this old architecture
Yeah.
for like a press box or something.
Yeah, they did.
I ended up going to the West Bridgewater field. That was my first time there. That was probably my favorite if I had to pick one.
It was a
That
nice
one
field.
was
They had a
nice
nice
too,
too.
yeah.
Let's do team awards now. If we had to pick a team MVP, who are we giving that to?
It's between Ethan and Drew.
You know, our offense revolves around them. You know,
Yeah.
they run the ball every game. They take hit after hit and still get back up somehow.
Yes.
I don't know how they do it, but definitely would be them, either or.
Yeah.
I think those two are definitely
Yeah.
the top two in the car. I'd probably go Drew. If it's me, I'm picking Drew for that
Drew,
one.
Drew runs like a
Yeah.
bat out of hell.
Yeah.
Next one is best newcomer. Who was somebody that was maybe new on the team or getting first string reps this year that you thought did very
I
good?
have to go with Liam Perry. He was our right tackle. You know,
Only a sophomore.
Yep, he was a freshman last year. He didn't get to play much. You know, he didn't have much experience, and we just kind of put him in as the tackle, and he did good. He did well.
Same answer for you?
Yeah, I have to agree with that one. He stepped up when we needed it, and like he said, he did well, and just took that role.
Really held his own.
Yeah. I'd probably go James Moran Rose.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Vinny after the playoff game, and you knew he was there for the Elite Eight, did you know?
Yeah, I saw Vinny.
Yeah, and those were big shoes to fill. He's doing good stuff at New England College, but I thought James held his part and did his role very well this year. Next up, most improved player. Who improved the most over the season?
This is a tough one.
Honestly, I would say JMR. Like when we first put him in there, he wasn't very confident. You know, he was new. He's never played quarterback before, and that's a hard role to fill. You know, you have to be the leader. You have to be the voice of the team. And later in the season, JMR was really comfortable in the quarterback position. You know, he was able to tell us like, "Oh, get down. Like, we need to tighten up. You know, we need to settle down." He was really good with that.
I think the same, honestly. Like he said, he never played quarterback before, and he stepped up when we needed it most, and he did well considering it was his first year quarterback. So I'd have to say with him too.
Yeah, my choice, just because he got more reps as the season winded down, Malachi. I think Malachi did great on both sides of the ball, especially in that Elite Eight game. Coaches Award. Who was the best with the coaches who always got along with them?
I have to go with Caden. Caden, you know, he was captain for 2 years. He's always the guy to go to. If you need something, Caden's there. You know, Caden always is the one who's communicating with everybody. He's making sure people know what's going on, when the locker room opens, when it closes. He was just a great guy.
He said coaches.
Like, who's the best coach?
Yeah. I just say Paling, Coach Paling.
Oh no, Coaches Award, not for a coach for a player. He had it right.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one, Caden. Yeah, he always he's a leader. He can be serious when needed, and he's just like overall just good leader.
Yeah, I'm not on the team, so I want to know. I'd probably just go with any of the team captains at that point. Team Spirit Award. Who probably represents Bourne Canlamen pride the most on the team?
Declan.
Yeah.
Declan. You know, Declan shows up every day to practice.
Yeah.
He works harder than any of us too, and he's just there. He's such a good kid. You know, he's always wearing his purple pride. You know, he's always cheering on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And when he gets in the game, he's making the best of his opportunities.
Yeah.
I have to give it to Declan there.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one.
Was he the one that came in the Elite Eight game and then the whole place was going nuts on the other side? Yeah. That's what I figured it was. I saw him running out on the field. It was awesome to get him in there for a player.
It was.
Too.
Yeah.
Last award, 12th man award, maybe somebody on the second string that made some big plays this year.
I'm going to go one of the freshmen, Andrew Cannon.
I was thinking.
You know, he didn't get much time on like offense or defense, but on kickoff, you know, he made every tackle. Every time I'd see him go down there, he was making the tackle.
Yeah.
He was always there. You know, he filled this gap well. He did a really good job. He did his job.
I had that in mind too, and he's gonna step it up next year. He has to fill that role because we're all gonna be gone, and he's already been improving a bunch. And like he said, on kickoff, he'd always be there. He'd always make the tackle, always get the hit, and he didn't play a lot, but he would always just be ready, and he's been improving a bunch. So.
And it's always good to highlight the underclassmen too, because 2 to 3 years, that's their team. This is going to be their team after all the seniors and the other upperclassmen are gone.
Yeah.
Hunter, James, I want to thank you for taking some time in studio. We wish you the best of luck against Wareham.
Thank you.
We'll see. Maybe in 2 weeks we'll get you here for a little hockey season preview show
Hopefully.
too.
Thank you.
All right, now to wrap it up and recap, let's take one more look at the final fall sports event coming up next Thursday. Bourne Football, the big Thanksgiving Day matchup on the road at Wareham. Kickoff set for 10 a.m. next Thursday morning. A long winning streak for Bourne is on the line, so we wish Bourne luck as they look to keep that streak going and to end their season on a high note. Be sure to follow Bourne Canlamen Athletics all season long across various platforms. You can catch updates on the school Instagram page at Canlamen Athletics. We thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Keeping Up with the Canlamen. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to Bourne Community TV for BTV programs and BTV sporting events. We will be off next week, but as we just mentioned, in 2 weeks' time, we'll have our winter sports preseason show. We'll be previewing those basketball and hockey teams. For all of us here at Bourne Community Television, I'm Keegan Ep12 signing off and wishing you the best. We will see you next Thursday for Bourne Canlamen football. Have a good one.
Malachi Coelho is back there as the fullback. Moran Rose scrambling, goes to the right side, has Ethan Fox wide open at the 37. He is gone. Touchdown, Canlamen.